Hi, and welcome to the second of this video series in A Pathway to Stronger Relationships. This is a video series that is intended to help you decide whether or not couples counseling is right for you. Um, and I'm your host, I'm Vanessa, and I practice couples counseling in Arizona. And specifically, what I want to talk about today in this video is EFT. The um, that's the type of counseling that I practice, and I'm really excited. Not only I love my job, I love my work, and so I'm excited to go on to this next part where we get to talk about EFT. So, oftentimes in relationships, we think that the reason why we are fighting with our partner is just because like communication is breaking down. It feels a lot like if I could just explain myself better, or maybe if my partner could just understand what I'm saying, then we wouldn't be fighting. And so, but in EFT, it goes deeper than that and conceptualizes or takes on the approach that the disconnect is actually happening on a deeper level, um, and is a result or symptoms of getting or of not getting your needs met. And so oftentimes as this starts to our needs aren't met, we have coping strategies, and a lot of times those coping strategies are um, not quite clear on the outside. So that's what leads to the disconnect or to the fighting, depending on what type of coping strategy that you have. So in so EFT helps to identify your coping strategies, your needs, and what's getting in the way of you and your partner understanding each other and being emotionally available um, for each other, because that's the ultimate um, need, or that's what's going to bring intimacy, is to be able to share each other's um, these vulnerable places or these vulnerable needs in this way with our partners, in this dependable way. In fact, the beauty of EFT is that we take the stance that we want to build and rekindle intimacy. It's not really just about getting by or not just about not fighting. Um, it's about really learning or developing that sense of closeness and intimacy again. And that's what we really want after all. We really want to be able to feel connected with our partners in this level. So, um, another thing that I get really excited about with EFT is that it's not just like one person is the bad guy, or it's not about what the other person is doing or not doing. It's not about the right way or the wrong way to have a relationship. EFT really takes in this consideration that we're two people trying to get our needs met. And what's getting in the way of that? We call that the cycle, or this negative interaction cycle, where this um, interaction, this pattern that we fall into, is really what is getting in the way of us being able to share our feelings with each other. Um, and so it's a pretty structured approach. We go about that in this way of like finding that pattern, finding out what it is. And then after that, being able to share some of these, identify what the needs are, and then being able to share them with our partner. So, and then we consolidate it. So EFT is structured in the way that there's a beginning and an end. There's a path. A lot of my clients like hearing that, because it's not just about coming and then just staying in therapy indefinitely. It really is this structured approach to developing intimacy. So um, that concludes our this video session. I hope you got a little bit of sense of not only EFT, but what couples counseling is intended um, to cultivate. And then in our next video, what I'll be talking about is a little bit deeper about how those emotions feed this cycle that I just talked about. So if that feels kind of foggy, I mean, that totally makes sense. Hang with me, and I will explain that a little bit more in the next video. But more than anything, I just want you to feel understood as much as I can in this way, because really, the part that I care for the most is just that internal stress and tension that comes from not getting along with our partner. Um, and so I want to be there for you. So again, my name is Vanessa. Stay with me into the next series or into the next video, and I'll see you soon.